Only Buffalo is going to win it, folks.
The Bills make me wanna shout. Kick your heels up and shout.
We're seeing why the Buffalo Bills are en route to the playoffs.
Come on now, the Bills are making it happen now. Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah,
Buffalo Bills go undefeated. And we're going to the Super Bowl,
right
yeah.
now, baby.
Say you will.
Come on, come on.
Say you will.
No one
Come on
Circles the
and
wagon.
shout.
Like the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Okay, we are live, and we are back. Listen, this is another episode of the Overdue Bills podcast, and we're excited, man. We're excited. You see, I told y'all last show that we're going to have a special guest, and we have one here. But before we introduce our guest, let's go to my guy, Matt. Our guy, a.k.a. Matt, a.k.a. All Black Matt, a.k.a. Matty Ice. Matt, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. You know, just got my guy here. Ready to get a good interview.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you see him. I know y'all wondering. You see the title. Actually, you see the name right down there. So I really don't gotta say too much, but we are excited to interview Chef Darian Bryan. Mr. Bryan, how you doing today, sir?
You know me, I'm just living a dream, man. It's a beautiful day. Let's give thanks every day I wake up, man, because it's a blessing to be here and do what I do, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Listen, we have an amazing interview for you. And before we get into that, Matt, please let the people know who's sponsoring us today.
Yes, sir. This podcast is brought to you by none other than Buffalo Wing Kings. Being from Buffalo, there's two things the guys here at OBP know. That's Bills football and that's wings. But our first choice and the best choice is Buffalo Wing Kings. At Wing Kings is Wings 101. With over 101 different flavors and their beloved Wing of the Month special, Wing Kings are sure to school any other wing place around. With a new location opening up, I'm being told in the beginning of football season, or maybe a little later in the football season, in the University District on Main. Check that out. Hit them up for any of your wing needs, your Bills parties, you got graduation parties, you got just any event you need wings for. Hit those guys up. Go visit them now at 484 Elmwood Avenue, or give them a call at 716-248-1427 and find out why they say and we know they got the best wings around, hands down.
Absolutely. And when you go there, drop the Overdue Bills pod name. You can get 10% off your wings. We know the wings is going up. I don't know if Chef can help us out with that, but maybe he not. But no. Seriously, listen.
Did he say 101 different flavors?
Different flavors, yes, sir. They got the big menu, yes, sir.
Man, I'm in. Let's go.
I know. Shout out the Wing Kings. Listen, you see the merch. You see the T-shirts. Matt got the hoodie on. We know it's a little hot, but listen, we got you for all your merch needs. Hit us up, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Overdue Bills. You know what I'm saying? We here. And also, too, definitely check out the website, overduebillspod.com, overduebillspod.com. Our senior editor-in-chief, Mike Daniels, just released a story about the Josh Allen contract. It's there for everybody who wants to read it. All right, let's get into this interview, man. I'm excited. I'm going to be honest. I'm excited. And the reason I'm excited is because oftentimes, we talk about the Bills, on this show, but we really don't know the behind the scenes of what goes on, right? And we've been in this era for about a few years now about these certain diets, right? Like, it's like every year we hear about this player, oh my God, he's on this diet, or he's eating this type of food, and it's like, I know for a fact, I don't know if anybody else know, I know they not cooking this stuff, right? Like, we know that. So it's like, who is actually preparing the food for them? And listen, I know you was asking that question, and we have the guy. Our guy, Chef Darian Bryan. Listen, we're so excited. And let me just ask you this to start the show. Can you just let us know, how did you actually get into cooking, right? As far as, where we're from, our context, cooking is not necessarily the thing that everybody is so apt to do. What was the thing that kind of got you into cooking? Was it something that you started early in life?
So I got into cooking from a young age, from like 9 back in Jamaica. I had with my grandmother in the kitchen every day. Then my mom, she have a cook shop. When I was 12, that's where I cooked.
Oh.
Hold on, you muted yourself.
You got muted. Yep. Hold on. We lost the audio there.
Yeah, you hit it.
Huh?
There we go.
There we go.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yep,
I
we
can
hear
hear
you
you now.
now.
So you
Yep.
were saying that your mother has a cook shop, and then we lost you from there.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened just now, but my mom have a cook shop. I used to help her all the time in the cook shop. I was 12, doing all like the dishes that she used to do. She had me do the stuff that she don't want to do, like break the crab claws and scale the fishes. I'm like, I don't like this, but I have to do it, right?
Yeah.
You
Yep.
gotta start from somewhere. It's not like when you go to a restaurant, you can't just go be executive chef. You gotta work your way up, right?
For sure.
So my mom, she left Jamaica when I was like 15, and I was in charge of the cook shop. I had to be cooking all of these dishes for the neighborhood folks. So my mom was here last week. I don't know if you guys got a chance to meet her. She was here. She was helping me at the jerk hut. It just reminded me of back in the days when we used to like cook together. I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
It just started from that age, man. 12, and here I am today.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, so you're from Jamaica. So like how did you make the like how did you end up here? You know what I mean? Like out of all places, Buffalo.
Man. So when I was coming here, I have an option to choose either San Diego or Buffalo.
What?
My mom lived in at the time, you right? And I'm like, my sister live here. I'm like, I wanna experience something different, right?
Yeah.
I always see snow on TV. I want to like actually feel it and touch it.
Wow.
Buffalo. I want some snow in my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2 years of being here, man. I'm like, yo, you can take this snow back, man.
we still feel like that. I've been here for almost 30.
Man. So it's like riding my bicycle every day to school and to work is just rough. Like being at the bus stop. Shoes is wet, socks is wet. You just freeze, and I'm like, man. But I'm just grateful for what I have right now.
Oh,
Chef,
you got muted again. Hold on.
Hit that.
There you go.
There it is. I don't know. Yeah, it just went unmuted, but it's fine. We're working with it. But can I ask you? I can hear you now. Let me ask you this. I know the transition, obviously, from Jamaica, being a warmer climate and just, beautiful weather to Buffalo, obviously, it's snow and it's, dreary sometimes, but a great city, albeit. Can you tell me the transition between the cuisine, right? Because I'm of the persuasion. I'm going to be honest. I personally believe that Buffalo, we have some of the best food, at least in America, probably in the world. We're known for certain things, like obviously pizza here. Like I swear by it. I said we have the best pizza, like in the world. Like I mean, no disrespect to deep dish in Chicago. Yeah, 2 thumbs down. No disrespect to New York style pizza. No, everywhere else in the world. But like, you know what I mean? We have some of the best, pizza shops, in the world. But for you, coming from Jamaica to Buffalo, it's a big difference as far as food is concerned. I know we have a couple, Jamaican spots here and there, but it's not like it's a huge Jamaican cuisine type of movement here in Buffalo. So can you tell me, like, how was the transition between, like, learning the food and the spices and stuff like that?
Well, it was rough for me coming here because I didn't know anything about American food. Like, I've never seen pancake a day in my life. Never seen bacon. So it's like, I live in the country. There's not much, like, whatever we cook is what we grow, you know what I mean? Like, all yams, bananas, and goat meat we eat all the time, chicken, oxtail from the cow. So it's like stuff we have in our land we eat,
Yep.
When I come here, my first job was at Denny's.
Wow.
What's this big round thing on the flat top, you know what I mean? Or their pancakes. And when I did try pancake for the first time, I was obsessed with that thing. I just keep on dumping syrup on that thing. I'm like, man, this thing is delicious, man. You guys eat good over here. So it was just so much for me to learn because everything have different name when I came here. Like avocado, we call it pears in Jamaica. So they're like, get me avocado. I'm like, I don't see no avocado. What's avocado? They're like, what can I do? I'm like, no, that's a pear, you know. I mean, no, that's avocado. I'm like, oh shit. Oh, okay, I said avocado. But it's just so much for me to learn when I came here, and it was just nonstop learning all day, every day, because I know if this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, I gotta know this stuff. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So let me ask you this real quick then, because like growing up for me, like me and my brother, I can remember like kind of watching like the Food Network channel, and you see all the chefs and all that stuff on there. So was it like, I know your grandmother and your mother was very influential in your start in cooking. Like when you got here to the States, like just watching TV or just seeing what's going on, was it like a chef that you kind of looked at like, or somebody maybe back home that you kind of looked at like, I think, you know what I'm saying, that this is something like I like, or this is something that I kind of can model after, or something like that?
That's a good question. You know what? I've been in thousands of interviews. Nobody ever asked me that. I'm glad to ask. So when I came here, I was looking around to see like who I want to be like, and Gordon Ramsay was a guy. But that guy can cook.
Yeah, I still want to be like him all the time. I watch Hell's Kitchen with my girl like every week, man. So
yeah, but I'm like minus the attitude, but I want to cook like this guy.
Yep.
This guy can cook anything.
Right.
So I'm like always trying to see a gap where I can fill. I'm like, okay, Gordon Ramsay is this guy. I'm this guy. I want to be different. I want to cook like him, but be different at the same time.
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Gordon Ramsay doesn't wear a fedora. I'm gonna wear a fedora. Custom jacket. I'm gonna wear a custom jacket. It's just I just want to be different. So I just watch him. Get a lot of his styles, his technique, and he's just so good on camera. I'm like, man, I want to be this confident on camera. I want to be this good.
Right.
Yep.
I pretty much just studying for a couple of years. I'm like, okay, I got you, Gordon. Come on, man.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. You definitely bring the flavor on and off the the kitchen, or on and off your court. You got I always see you always dressed to impress, always charismatic, man, doing your thing. I've seen you in action a couple times.
It's like I always tell people, it's like it's not just the food, it's the entire package, you know what I mean?
For sure. Yep.
People want that. They just like a lot of chefs cook amazing food, but not a lot of chefs can do what I do. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Myself to be that guy.
Yeah.
People judge me all the time. Who you think you are? You act like you're better than everybody else. No, I don't act like I'm better than everybody else. I would never say I'm the best chef in Buffalo, because that's not even true. I don't want to be the best chef in Buffalo. I do what I do.
Yeah.
I'm the
no doubt.
I'm the guy that bring the heat to the party. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No doubt.
Do all of that stuff. I don't want to be the average guy. I want to be different. That's what it comes down to. Is that too much to ask for, man?
Not at all. Not at all.
Not at all.
Let me transition to this. Matt. Because we know you came here, you went to ECC, correct?
Yep.
Okay, you went to ECC. Okay, so you gotta because oftentimes, and this is just with any other field, right? We understand you have a cooking background, but there are certain things that you may need to learn about the trade, and it's really admirable that you have that institutional experience. But can I transition to this, because you get that, right? You start at Denny's, you go to culinary school, you're moving forward in your career.
I went to Buff State.
You went to Buff State.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So so you have this experience, which is amazing, but then like, how does that transition to you? Like cooking for athletes, like, you know what I mean? Like how do you get to that point? Like, is there like some steps? Is there somebody in the middle, like a person who you met, like a friend of a friend, and then they told, like, how does that happen?
So Vontae Davis was my first guy. Remember Vontae?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He was my first guy. I was at Prima Cafe in Hamburg. I was the executive chef there.
Where?
Okay.
And Prima.
Wow.
Prima Cafe.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I opened a restaurant from scratch for them too. Create all the recipes for them. The great spot. It's a healthier restaurant. So you walk in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, there's a black man here. You don't see black folks in Hamburg at all. You know what I mean?
Not at all. Not at all.
Surprised. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not the only one over here. And I didn't know who he was because, I'm a soccer guy. I don't watch football. I don't understand football that much. I'm from Jamaica. Come on, man.
Gotcha.
I walk over to him. I'm like, what's up, my man? man, welcome, He's like, yeah, whatever. And I saw him the next day, and I'm like, oh, you're back. He's like, everything was amazing. Who's in charge here? I'm like, I'm the executive chef here. He's like, can you be my personal chef? I'm like, come on, who's this guy asking me to be his personal chef?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I play for the Bills. I'm like, okay then. All right, I could make something happen for you.
Absolutely.
I was making all of his meals for him. Then when he left the Buffalo Bills, he go back to Florida, Miami, Florida. He fly me down to these events for him.
Wow.
And the first one was like 60 people. He got 30 players and their girlfriend and wife and mistress. You guys don't get me in trouble, man.
No.
So, and all these players, they meet me. They're like, oh, this guy's awesome. Like, why is he so clean? Why is he so fresh? And he cook good, he look good, he smell good, man. So they fly wherever they live, so I can do their parties too. So the word was out that I'm the guy, you know what I mean? Then I was cooking for a bunch of other guys on the Bills just doing meal prep. Then I'm like, I'm done with meal prep, man, because it just takes so much time. I have to go to the store, the shop, cook the food, drop it off to them. And then all these players keep on hitting me up. I'm like, I'm done with meal prep. And of course, Diggs hit me up. I'm like, uh-oh. Diggs hit me up, text me like, yo, what's up, chef? I need some meals. So I'm like, you know what? I'm done with meal prep, but, I can make something happen for you.
Yeah, you can't turn down Diggs, man. You can't.
Because I gave my price. I'm like, you know what? I gave my price open to say, no, that's too much. He's like, okay. I'm like, oh, shit. I guess I got to do this. Because it was
Absolutely.
a lot, like going to the store and
yeah.
Events at night. It's just so much, He said, sure. I'm like, okay then. So the rest of the guys saw me cooking for Diggs now. And they're like, yo, what's up? You just tell me no last week. Like, what's up? You cooking for Diggs now? I'm like, okay. So I start cooking for all of them now. Because, when Diggs always invite them over. Oh,
Yeah.
chef is, actually, I'm going over here tonight. You have a group chat. Chef is coming over. When I got there, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like 10 guys. I just drop off meals to you. Why you still here? Well, it's for it, man. Just eat it up, right?
Absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yes, sir. So how many players do you cook for right now? Like besides Diggs? I know you got some Sabres in the mix too, right?
Yeah. So it's more like I got 2 more guys. I got 3 more, so it's more like 13 guys now.
Wow.
13? Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But I'm taking them back on slowly because the season didn't really start yet. So
Yeah.
I'm taking them back on slowly. I got a few new guys too that I
Yeah.
haven't waited. So I'm gonna start bringing them slowly. I just wait to get a bigger staff too, because my sous chef Dwayne, he's like, that guy's a blessing to me, man.
Yeah.
He can help so much with the meal prep on these jerk out. So I'm not trying to over much with work, so I'm gonna add them on slowly so I got 1 more chef right now I'm training.
Okay.
So deliver,
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I follow you on Instagram, everything. You're a busy dude. You're always somewhere. That you book this guy now, man. It's an experience. It looks like an experience. Obviously, I haven't gone through the private route yet, but I've seen him at the jerk hut, which we'll get into in a little bit. When we can we'll let you talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, this guy's one of the busiest guys ever. So we're lucky to get him on here.
Absolutely. They say booked and busy. But let me let me ask you this, because I mean, it's funny, like you call him like Diggs, Stefan Diggs to us, but it's just like it's a real, but no, seriously, it's a real intimate relationship, and not like anything funny, but it's a real intimate relationship between a chef, somebody who's preparing your food, and those athletes. Like obviously we know diet and sports, they go hand in hand. So can you talk about, because you talked about meal prep, and I know, listen, I was just talking to a few people who are doing meal prep. We have a friend, me and Matt, who he cooks. Shout out to Mia's Kitchen, that's our guy. But I really got to ask you a couple questions. But the first question is, like, what food are you preparing? Like, is there a specific type of food that you kind of lean heavy on with athletes? Is this something that they like have to eat? Is it heavy on the vegetables? Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? Like I want to know. Like what are they eating?
Yeah,
maybe I can.
And I'll even add to that. Like, do you have to be like in contact with like a team nutritionist and stuff like that? Well, that's like a second parter for that question, but we'll let you go.
They all are different. Like some guys want to eat healthy. Some guys just say, you know, they want to maintain. Some guys want to lose weight. Some
Yep.
guys just feed me, and I say no more. But guys, they got strict diets. Cody was not the only guy I work with who have a nutritionist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, tell me this is what he should eat, portion size, which is great.
Yep.
But the guys, you know, it's just whatever I'm feeling for. They like, you know, just do whatever. Some guys are like seafood and they can't have dairy, they can't have olive oil, they have to have like avocado oil.
Yep.
And all those stuff I have to just, you know, keep in mind and train my staff on it. Like, listen, this guy can't have this. So we just be careful when you cook this, you know, no cross contamination, you know.
Absolutely.
A lot goes into it.
Yep.
Like some guys just they want pasta and that stuff to keep them strong, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And some guys want the lighter stuff. But they, as you say, they're all different, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Some are like men, some are receivers, they have different diets and different needs and wants, you know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's interesting because I don't know how often you get this, but to me it would seem like, do you get a lot of people, like a lot of up and coming chefs or people who love to cook that ask for advice or like mentorship?
Yeah, you have to do all the right questions, man. We should do this again. I love you guys. I got people hit me up almost every day.
Wow.
Buffalo folks and folks from all over.
Yeah.
That is what they do and they want to do it too, you know? But some people only see the glory. They don't see the hard work of me getting up 2 a.m. in the morning, working on myself, trying to better myself, because I'm saying I'm not from here. So English is not like my strong language. So, but see, I got to work on myself. I got to talk to my phone, make stories just to get familiar with like words and my language, you know what I mean? And people can understand me. Slow down so people can understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But people hit me up every day like, how do I get started in this? How do I become a celebrity chef? Or can I cook for these people? Can I cook for these people? But it's a lot of work that goes into it. You know, you put in the work, people are gonna see it, people are gonna want you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Let me. I'm sorry. We wanted to keep this a little condensed. This might go a little. It might go a little bit over time because I got like 2 more questions about like cooking specifically. One is this though. So like, I understand and shout out to Canisius. I went to Canisius. Took some. I was somewhat of a, I guess, kinesiology major with, you know, movement. And we talked about dieting. So can you stress the importance of understanding diet? And what I mean by that is like you have to know what foods do what to the body, right? You know what I mean? Like it's not just like, okay, you're just putting all foods together. Did you get that background from ECC and going above state? Was it that, or was it just like a overtime thing? You did the research on your own. Like how did you get that knowledge?
Again, this guy got all the great questions. You see, I'm not a nutritionist, and most of these guys, the players, they look to me for like nutritional like advice, which I don't have because I'm a chef and I did like nutrition class in Buff State. So I know what's good for you and what's not good, and it's all like experience of what I've cooked before. I know what's good for what, you know what I mean? So it's more like me being a chef and know what products are and what's good for you from what's not good for you.
Yep.
And I'll try to guide you as much as I can, but I'm not a nutritionist, and guys look to me like, so I want this for blood flow and all this stuff, you know what I mean? So I recommend, like, you know, can have some beets and some leafy greens and all that stuff, but
Absolutely.
I'm not a nutritionist. So I studied nutritionists and see what's good for athletes and all this stuff, so I can help them as much as possible. Which I tell people all the time whenever like a season started, I'm trying not to do too much dinner parties. I want to focus on these guys and their health, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I want to take my time and make sure it's right for them, because your health is all they got. Let's just be honest, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Back on to get the speaker back on. Can you hear me still?
I can
Yep,
hear
can hear
you.
you.
It's just
Yeah.
we're good. So You were
Yeah,
saying?
your health is all. Go and take good care of it. You know what I mean? Your health is all you got. Take good care of it. So I want to make sure these guys are eating right.
Right. So let me ask you this real quick, and then we're going to just transition. So I don't listen. And this when we might name a few stores right at this moment, and if you are out there and you're listening, your sponsorship couldn't go right here. I just want to let everybody else know that. But so like, where do you shop? I know like because we live in Buffalo and even the outskirts of Buffalo. And like, where do you go? Are you going into like, I don't know, like a flea market where they got all herbs and spices, or are you going to like the regular chain, stores? Where do you go and shop, Chef?
You know, it all depends on what I need. Because that's why people say, why don't you get your food from one of these big, purveyor? I'm like, because what I do is like custom, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And most of these places don't have what I need. So I have to go all over town. That's why the meal prep can be stressful at times.
Yeah.
Because if I need conch, I have to go to like, the Broadway market. I need those big colossal lobster tails. Broadway market too, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Wow.
Lupus Meat, my man always take care of me. Dave from Lupus Meat, I always give them big lobster tail.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Tops, always at Tops. It's like all over. I go all over, you know what I mean? So it's pretty much whatever they want. And when I do like dinner parties, whatever they want to, I'll just make it happen wherever I go,
Yeah, we seen you at Restaurant Depot. Me and another guy on our show, we used to work there back in college. So
that's where I'm at right now, in my truck.
Oh, that's funny.
But this is for the jerk tomorrow. That's why
Yep.
bigger quantity of stuff. Like
Absolutely, yep.
They don't sell cake to chickens. So Restaurant Depot is a place to be for cases.
So let's talk about that. Talk about what you're doing tomorrow. Like, can you let the people know what's going on?
So tomorrow and every Wednesday from 11 till 2, Larkin Square, filling station. I got my jerk hut. People always saying, like my fans and supporters always saying, like, you don't cook Jamaican food. You're Jamaican. You're a Jamaican chef. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican chef, but I don't really cook like Jamaican food on the daily. I cook like more of fine dining stuff,
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know what? This is all they can try my Jamaican food. Every Wednesday, Larkin Square from 11 till 2, straight Jamaican menu. You'll see me out front tossing pasta, Rasta pasta. It is delicious.
It is.
Have a good time, you know what I mean? Every Wednesday.
Absolutely.
Yep, no, I've been there a few times. It's fire. We got a couple different things. Me and my girl. We're probably gonna go tomorrow, actually. So
My man.
Yeah.
I gotta get there, man, Chef.
I've
never been. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you got to get there early too. There's definitely always a line for sure. It's lunchtime action.
No, too. I got 2 registers, so we just keep the traffic flowing,
Absolutely.
Yep, it's got the whole Jamaican vibe. You got the the music playing. My bad. I don't mean to keep cutting you off, Sam.
No. You good. Can I ask you this, because I know sports athletes can be very demanding, and you talked about it earlier. So like when they're like, okay, the Bills season is about to start, right? We're starting a preseason game come Friday. When it's like season time and games every week, and they're out of town on this week and blah 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 blah. Can we just get a little bit of insider in that? Like, do you send them off with food? Like, I guess when you do the meal prep, or like how does that work? Do they, like, if they're in, I don't know, Pittsburgh for a game, is it like, yo, chef, I'm gonna fly you out, or like, can you come in? Is it like what? How does that work?
So I know some of the guys that I drop off to, I drop the food off to them if they're gonna be out of town for like a couple of days. Some of them will take their food with them.
Okay.
And some just eat whatever they can eat there. When they come back, they go back and track. Like, Dick sent me one day, like, they did other game, other town game, and they're like, He came back late at night, he was starving, and he didn't have anything to eat. So the next day, it's like, I'm mad at you. Now, why are you mad at me now? What did I do? That, man, I came back last night and I have to end up eating whatever pizza I could find somewhere. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. I'm not going to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to go and cook. You know what I mean? Just, you see me next day, man.
Right.
But, like that. So sometimes they'll fed for themselves, find something somewhere and eat until the next morning, you know.
Oh.
And some guys they wait on their food till I drop them off, then they take the food with them.
Okay.
Those are the guys that's really strict.
Yeah. Yep.
Whatever I make, that's what they're gonna eat. They don't eat nothing else.
Shout
That's
out to
for
them.
sure.
So can we get a little bit of story time? Because I know you got like some amazing stories. Can you give me like, okay, two things. One is like the best experience of where you had to cook maybe for like a large party and everything came together. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of put you on a map or it took you to another level. That one. And then the other like just like a funny story that you had. Maybe you did fly out and you went somewhere and something happened. Nothing crazy. You don't want to incriminate anybody or get them in trouble. But like, like can you give me like a funny story that you kind of always remember?
There's so much. It's like, Well, let's start with the big party. Everything come together. I did Conway's birthday party a couple of months ago.
Yep.
And it was like almost 300 people.
Wow.
We didn't have like much like big notice to like get this done. Like 4 days before, and pulling people from all over to work this, and seeing the kitchen. The kitchen was a straight fine dining menu. They got colossal lobster tail with grilled tenderloin and crazy menu, big menu.
Wow.
And I stepped back for a minute and watch the kitchen just like cranking. Servers are taking food. I'm like, yo, I've never done anything like this in all my life.
Yeah.
Experience like, yo. Then you got all them guys on the stage. You got Benny out there. You got West Side Guns, Conway. All of those artists are in town. Doing their thing. There's rappers. I'm like, yo, this is nuts. But it was fun though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
But that's one thing we're never gonna like forget about.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And it's not much like crazy things happen. Fun is more like I would go to some of these guys' house. I'm like, okay, they probably got some salt and pepper. Nope, no salt and pepper.
What?
They probably got some oil to fry some chicken. Nope, there's no oil here. I'm like,
Wow.
So I learned my lesson from stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I go to
Yep.
home, I take everything I need.
Everything.
Even my burners, my stoves, just in case. Because I'll go to people home at times, and the pots I bring doesn't work on their stove.
Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
I make sure everything is covered. Because sometimes folks don't care what happened in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They just want to make sure they got their lamb chop in front of them, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yep. They need that end result.
That's all they care about, you know what I mean?
Yep. No, that's a
So
fact.
I'm going to make sure I have everything covered. I'm like, I'm not going to go complain like, oh, you know what? One side of the store doesn't work. They don't care about that. They
Nah,
book
for
you
sure.
the quality that you said you're going to provide, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Conway because you're becoming like a Buffalo staple, man. Like this summer you were the headline for the Taste of Buffalo for the Top Tent. That's a big deal. You got the jerk cut. You got your company. I see you got your restaurant in the works, the Plating Society, I believe, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
Then you got something big coming up though with Conway with the Bills all season long. He's having his suite and his tailgate. Tell us a little bit about that, man.
So yeah, they hit me up saying they want to do like a tailgate party. So whenever the Bills is playing like a home game,
Mm-hmm.
they're playing like they're gonna get celebrities from that area to come in to party
Gotcha.
to tailgate, you know what I mean? And after tailgate, they're gonna go to his suite because he bought this suite, and they're just gonna watch the game from there.
Gotcha. Yep.
I would be cooking for all of those folks
Wow,
before
For the
it's time to go.
tailgate party.
So
Yeah,
all of
so
the
you
home
got-
things, I'll be out there cooking
Awesome.
for them and his guests. And
That's
then,
awesome.
if I want, I can go watch a game too. But I think I probably just gonna break it down and head back home because the players gonna want me at night. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta go home and prep for them at night.
Man, that's
After, like, I would go watch a game or whatever, they'll give me tickets and I'll go. And after the game, my phone is going up. What are we having for dinner tonight? I'm like, oh. So I have to like run home and go shop and be ready
Yeah.
to come back. To Orchard
So,
Park.
I'm 4 or 5 blue lights deep, man. I gotta hold off for a minute. Let me.
listen. It's man, it's amazing. But can I ask you this too? Because I know like with these events, right? And you talked about even with the Conway birthday party, like your staff was in the kitchen. It was just an amazing, time just to watch everything crank up. Where are you getting these people from? Like, is it like who are these sous chefs and these like who? Where are they coming from? Like, is it just do you have like a contact list or a group chat in your phone? Like, yo, we got the 300 party. I need all y'all. Da, 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 and it's just they just come
Well,
like
All hands on deck.
Yeah,
All hands
what
on
is this?
deck.
I love it. So I got a crew, like a steady crew of people. My sous chef Dwayne,
shout out to Wayne.
Captain Austin. I got Mike. I got Bella. I got my wife and my sister Cherise.
Mm.
That's like the crew right there. And I got Archer from Sweet Pea Baker. She does all my dessert for me.
Yep.
I call her Sweet Pea. She does all my dessert. She does the dessert for the jerk out too. She's in Hamburg, 1 Buffalo Street. Check her out.
Absolutely.
You got Josh the shooter too on the camera.
Yep. I got Josh the crew, man. It's always on the camera. I can't wait to drop that video of my birthday party. Man,
Yes.
That's hot, boy.
Yeah, I seen Josh show me some sneak peeks of it. It was good. I was mad I couldn't make it out, man.
Man, no worries, man. So I always have a list of people I say reach out. Instagram is great, man. Like especially for me, that's where I get my business.
Yeah.
Got a list of people reach out almost on a daily. So just keep them in the request box or, the general, whatever it is, and I just reach out like, okay, come in tomorrow, come in at such time. There always have people on deck, you know what I mean? Forever and each.
That's amazing. Matt, if you don't have anything, we're about to go into our rapid fire segment. You got any other questions before that? You good?
I don't. Nope,
Okay.
I'm good.
So we're about to go in this rapid fire segment. I'm just gonna throw a few things at you, and it's like either this or that. You either pick one or the other. I'm gonna throw a couple of things at you, Chef, and you're gonna pick one or the other. But before we do that, this segment is sponsored by Matt. Let the people know.
This rapid fire segment is brought to you by Buffalo Pet Supply. Do you have a pet? Are you looking to get a pet, or do you know somebody who has a pet? And there's only one place you could send them to make that pet live its best life. Buffalo Pet Supply, specializing in fish, small animals, and reptiles. The knowledgeable staff at Buffalo Pet Supply can help you set up or maintain whatever setup you have, and to make sure that pet is just rocking. But anyways, stop down and see the family-owned and operated staff over at 1345 Military Road in Kenmore, or give them a call at 716-874-1951.
Absolutely. Shout out to Buffalo Pet Supply. They will take care of your pets. The chef, he may cook your pet. No, I'm just playing. But no, let's do it. I'm just joking. That was a joke. Not a pet, but animal.
Fish are friends, not food, man. That's what my guy, what my man Marlon said from Nemo. Gotta stick with that.
Fish is definitely food. Shout out to Peter.
The chef would like that. He's got the young kids, man. He probably watched a lot of Nemo in his day.
Man.
Shout out to Peter. But let's do this rapid fire. All right, I'm gonna throw a couple things at you. Pesto or red sauce?
Go again. What's the first one?
Pesto.
Oh, okay. I'll go pesto.
Okay. A buffet or a sit-down dinner?
Sit down all the way, baby.
Absolutely. Soup or salad?
I'm gonna go with the soup.
Gonna get to
I'm
that.
not wasting no captain salad, man.
Butter or olive oil?
Butter all the way, baby. Let's go.
Salted or unsalted?
Salted all the way. Salted butter should never been created. Man, get that feeling, man.
Okay. Baked or fried?
I'm gonna go with fry.
Fry.
Curry or jerk?
Wow, that's a big one. Come on, man. What's that, man?
I just had to say the
I
finale.
had to.
Can I say both because I love them so much?
Curry or jerk?
I'm gonna go with curry.
Oh.
Like rough and curry. Like jerky is not like too big in the also, but curry. Actually, I'm doing curry chicken tomorrow. Jerk out. Curry chicken, baby, come get some.
Absolutely.
Facts.
Absolutely. Man, we appreciate it, man. I actually I wanted to ask you this real quick. We're gonna get off. Because I know, what was your funniest moment in the kitchen? Like, not like some. I hope nobody got hurt, but you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, something happened or anything. Any funniest moment in the kitchen?
This is so. It's nonstop. It's every day.
Something funny.
It's every day. It's just so much. Like, it's just being with my crew and having my own crew, my own people,
Mhm.
and the fun we have on a daily, man. It's just nonstop. The jokes, and we keep it appropriate, but it's just a beautiful thing, man. Just every day, just having fun with my crew. But
Absolutely.
one of the I see this guy, he was cleaning the fryer. It's like 400 degrees grease. My man poured in like, those 5-gallon buckets, stuff like, and that thing started melting. He's like, yeah, it was crazy. So I was like, I gotta get a good laugh out of the person who help him. So you're thinking for like 400 degrees in a plastic container, what's gonna happen? It's gonna melt. But
Absolutely.
some funny moments, man.
Chef.
Yep. So
Yeah.
one just I know you say you didn't really know much about football, but obviously you know about the Bills. So let's talk the season here, man. What are your predictions? What are you thinking? Are you riding with them all the way to the Super Bowl? You're going to be cooking down in LA this year for the Super Bowl, or what, man?
Good question. My wife asked me that.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going down to LA when I'm like, of course I'm going. Like, they're gonna give me tickets, of course. And I tell them, oh, man, I want a champion's ring, you know what I mean? Yeah, I got actually them guys, Dion and them guys told me that, because they were all over one night. It was like 10 of them were chilling, we're cooking. And Mackenzie's always in the kitchen, like always on the island watching me, because Mackenzie's into cooking. He loves cooking.
Yeah, he has the restaurant, right?
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he's like, they're like, Chef, what's a dream car? I'm like, a Hellcat. They all look at me like, Hellcat? It's like 80 grand. I'm like, yeah, it's like 80 grand, yeah. They're like, okay, we got you, Chef. When we win the Super Bowl, we all gonna buy you a Hellcat.
Oh, that's
I
what's
hope
up,
so.
man. That's
I
player.
was like, brain, I got my fingers. I'm like, yo, these guys gonna make it to the Super Bowl. They're like, we got you. We get your Hellcat. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm still, opening for it. Not just for the Hellcat, because, it's overdue. Let's go.
That's a fact. Overdue.
Absolutely.
Overdue
Bills
all
overdue.
day.
Definitely overdue. And Chef, I know you're busy. I mean, I don't know if you can even take on new clients and new things, but if you can, just let the people know where they can reach you. Like, just let us, like, your Instagram. I know you got the planningsociety.com website. You know what I mean? Just all the things that you're kind of doing that people can, get a hand in. Can you just let the people know some of your socials and stuff like that?
Yeah. So you can find me at Chef Darian Bryan on Instagram, Darian Bryan Facebook, the Plating Society Facebook, the Plating Society Instagram too. So I'm like, I don't do Twitter as much. People tag me over there all the time. I don't use it. I never really use Twitter. But it's like, what do I say over here? Like, what do I do? But it's like, that's not my thing, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much it, man. Reach out. I'm always replying to everybody in my inbox. Take me hours to go through it on a daily, but I always make sure I reply to everybody that reach out, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I know when I was in that position, reaching out to people for help on a daily, some people didn't answer me, but I'm like, I'm trying to make sure I answer everybody who reach out to me.
Absolutely, man.
That's awesome.
We appreciate it, man. This was an amazing interview.
Absolutely.
I learned so much. Yeah, absolutely. So let's do this before we get off. Let people know. Listen, we still got merch. We know the season is coming up. You see the hats. You see everything going on. Definitely about to send Chef some shirts. You know what I mean? So he can promote while he's cooking, throwing that good spice in there.
You might see him at the tailgates this year with the Overdue Bills on. Like, and everybody, hey, where did you get that? Because he's got to have the freshest gear. You know him. He's always fresh head to toe.
Yeah, let's do some custom ones too. I'm just saying,
Yeah, yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a medium, man. Just drop me off some stuff. I'll wear them, man. Promote it to the fullest, no less, because we all family. We all in this together, right?
Absolutely.
That's a fact.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We getting off this show. Shout out to overduebillspod.com. Check us out there. And we always end every show, y'all know it, with a little hey, hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
hey.